women running in the woods, suddenly met a man with a strange appearance. He was startled a lot, thought the other party was playing cosplay, angry and cursed profusely. By the way, I compared international gestures. Who knew that strange people were actually cannibals? He cut off his fingers with a knife in his hand. Uncle encountered an uncle who helped him escape the pursuit of the ogre. Women are celebrating their escape. Uncle suddenly swung his axe and chopped it over. So Uncle is the real boss. He's a serial killer. When evading capture in mountains, encounter 3 ogres who escaped from a mental hospital, becoming the boss of cannibals through ruthless means. But these 3 little brothers are not easy to raise. They only love to eat people. So Uncle, as the only person with a normal appearance, responsible for thinking and trying to lure prey. A few unlucky students thought they had bumped into someone. Step forward and check. Uncle's backhand is like a knife. Students see this. The group fight immediately began. The ogre hiding by the side was just about to come up and help. A police car is coming over. Temporary ceasefire between both sides. The police found contraband in the students' cars. Everyone was taken back to the police station. A police officer stayed behind waiting for the trailer. But in the eyes of ogres, this is the food delivered to your doorstep. Swish 2 arrows towards the officer's thigh. After he loses his mobility, cut off his ear with a knife. It tastes crunchy and crispy. Several students and uncles have been locked up. Because contraband is yellow, the other students were released. The policewoman discovered that Uncle looked very much like a wanted criminal, so I called the sheriff to confirm. Uncle said, "You've caused a lot of trouble." The policewoman smiled casually. At this moment, it's Halloween. The ogres took the opportunity to infiltrate the small town. No one thinks the 3 of them went to the power plant, intending to destroy the power facilities. The security guard saw someone coming and immediately went out to check. I didn't expect the other party to look so ugly, just scared the security guard away. Unfortunately, he was still caught by the ogre. Hang him directly onto the high voltage line. The security guard has been roasted and successfully shut down the entire town. Uncle seems to have received some kind of signal. Excitedly speaking, "My children have come to save me." A man is caught by a killer, severely smashed and broke both legs. At this moment, his girlfriend is still taking a shower. I vaguely heard my boyfriend's cry, immediately picked up the iron rod and hid. The ogre pushed the door and entered. My girlfriend scratched me with a stick. Fortunately, in avoidance, he touched a dagger. That's when I took the opportunity to escape. But men are miserable, broken legs and thrown at the entrance of the police station. He was planning to crawl to the police station for help, but the ogre drove straight towards him, completely crushed him into a puddle of mud. The policewoman is 1 step late. Everyone was scared. The policewoman realized that what Uncle was saying was, "Really? Immediately give each person a gun. I hope everyone can persist until the sheriff arrives." Here, the broken leg man's girlfriend Xiaomei rushed to the police station, but he was injured by his own scared self. I saw my boyfriend's body when I fell down. The scream instantly pierced the night sky. Huang now remembered another female classmate, alone outside. Immediately go out with your companions to find them. Little did she know that this female classmate had already encountered an ogre, and even the internal organs were hollowed out. The 2 of them haven't had time to feel sad yet. A cannibal suddenly appears with a gun in hand. 2 young men are not afraid either, immediately caught up. But the ogres have long been ambushed, suppressed by a jumping ogre. The other one was knocked unconscious. Wait for Huang now to open his eyes again, discovering oneself buried in the soil, only one head exposed to the ground. Companions are locked in chains, lying half dead on the ground. He shouted for help, but as a result, an ogre called out. The ogre rushed over with the harvester on. Both of them are almost scared to pee, but the ogre turned a corner. Once again Mary from the family rushed over. First, the one buried in the soil, and then it's chained up. I can't bear to look directly at this scene. The man is packed in an iron bucket. The ogre outside lit a fire under the barrel to roast a man alive. The policewoman heard the man's shouts. I rushed over immediately, but it was lifted by the shockwave of the explosion. Now there's only Xiaomei and Uncle left in the police station. Uncle deceives Xiaomei. "As long as you let me go, I promise they won't hurt you." Xiaomei didn't know that Uncle was a murderer. She believed his words and let him out. However, as soon as Uncle came out, he touched the knife. Xiaomei's scream once again pierced the night sky. Xiaomei stumbled out of the police station. His eyes were pierced blind. Uncle also followed closely behind. Just wanted to shoot a female police officer, but she was preempted by a female police officer. Uncle has been locked up again. Looking at the pitiful little beauty on her face, the policewoman had no choice but to help him deal with the wound. Female police officers feel that they cannot sit idly by. He needs to find someone to support him. Just took a few steps. Just saw someone in a car. A man's mouth was blocked. He shook his head desperately, signaled the female police officer not to open the door. However, female police officers must not understand. When he opened the car door, the man's stomach was slowly cut open by the blade. It's too late for the policewoman to save her. At this moment, the ogre is approaching the policewoman. One shot hit him. The ogre seems invulnerable. Kick open the policewoman's gun with one kick. Knock him unconscious on the spot. The policewoman who woke up found herself tied up at the police station. The ogre is falling. Uncle Gasoline stood proudly on the side watching. throw a match before leaving. Finally, only the blind Xiaomei helplessly shouted for help in the dark night. The sound of cars coming from ahead. Xiaomei desperately waved her hands for help. After getting into the car, I realized that the person next to me was actually Uncle. Desperate screams, breaking through the night sky again.